procrastinator.
That's me, John.
Or you don't have a great, wonderful fiance like I do who does all my shopping for me. But I did get in a little bit of the doghouse last night, so the ball game's on, and she's like, do you want to play Christmas music and wrap presents? And I looked at her like, nah, babe. Like, that's your job.
Well, that was the game to do it, John.
That's your job.
Last night's game, how boring that was. I mean, that was the game to wrap presents.
Nah, and hey, it might have been ugly football, but it was still football, and it was a lot more fun than wrapping presents.
Well, that's a good point. Do you know how to wrap presents?
Actually, no. It would have been a debacle. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever sat down and just actually
I would just buy a
bag,
put it in a bag. And then
that's what I always do. Mm-hmm. I love bags. Throw them in there, throw a little bit, man, bing, bang, boom, got a big old bag. What'd you get this year from Johnny? A bag? Bag of what? That's the question. By the way, might it be filled with Tito's? Because, man, let me tell you a little something. Tito's, you know they sponsor the show. Huge. They love it. I love it. It's the weekend. It's the holiday festives. And if you want to show up with family and maybe y'all don't want to get maybe you got some of those brothers who are sisters who are like hard left or hard right, and you're like, this is going to be a tough Christmas. Man, just bring the Tito's over. Remember, Tito Beveridge, he decided when he was a young man, when Rocky knocked out Drago, he said, I am going to be like Rocky. I'm not drinking no commie vodka. So he came back over here and then made the best vodka in the whole world. USA! Get that good stuff. Tito's Handmade Vodka. Now, every single Friday, we talk with my men from Houston. 2 years in a row, they made it a state. Last year, they won it. This year, they came up a little bit short, but what a special season from all the young men that I met this year, from going out there and seeing them play against White Station, to seeing their facilities. I'm fired up because Coach Bennett's up in this bad boy. But the original JT from the Mid-South don't need no help to walk away. James Thomas is in the house. Coach Thomas, how are you doing today, my friend?
Thanks for having me, John.
Man, I'm just so glad you're here. Last year we had the state championship trophy in here. You guys were just bubbling over with joy and pride. Like, you could just see it. Your grin was perma-grin. I'm sure that thing lasted all the way to Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
This year you came up just a little bit short. But I like being around these guys, and I'm not nearly around them as much as you men are. I mean, thoroughly impressive young men, like unbelievable. Coming here, talk on the radio. The things that I've learned about the program, like Houston didn't even make the playoffs until 1997. And now y'all have been there, 23 times, state twice, back-to-back. You've built a behemoth. How'd you do it, James?
I tell you, I'd love to take all the credit, but I can't. I have a tremendous, group of admin and a tremendous staff. I got guys that work for me that are tireless in their preparation and getting our kids ready to play. And we got great kids. So you put all those things together and you're going to have a successful program.
I mean, great coaches, great kids, great program, great athletic director, support from everybody. And you just can't say enough about what y'all did this year. Now, tell me a few of the things that you're going to look back on this team and you'll remember, because each team, every single season is different. What are some of the things that are really going to stick out with you, Coach?
I'll tell you that this group of seniors it's a great group, and they've done a lot of things that have never been done in Houston high school history, a lot of things that haven't been done in a while. Like, for instance, we finally won the 8-team region juggernaut. A lot of people like to call the SEC of high school football, and it's the first time we won it this year. We won it by beating Collierville in our last game in a thriller, and then we also beat a great Ravenwood team in the semifinal at home. That's the first time we've ever won a home semifinal game. So a lot of great things, a lot of awesome things to look back on this season with, and those are the two things that stand out the most to me.
I know that also the whole situation with Gates Mims.
Mm-hmm.
I hear he's just doing a fabulous
Oh no, I'm just.
Woo! For a minute, I was
just
like,
giving it the-
Ben,
no,
you got
no.
me for just a second, because I got you. Okay, you when you look
Yeah.
down, I thought,
No, you
About to cry
You
on
wouldn't
me.
know any of that if that kid was at the banquet Monday night. I mean, he is in great spirits. He looks amazing. I mean, it is absolutely amazing that he has battled and won.
and everybody that supported him, like it's just straight pimp. And the fact that we got St. Jude, Le Bonheur, all these great hospitals right here in the backyard. And again, Gator didn't get to play this year, senior year, but damn it, one thing he can always say, I kick cancer's ass,
That is true.
and that is that's amazing.
He was an inspiration all season. The things he was doing was, unheard of. Even in that world. So I mean, for him to be kicking ass as much as he is, they want him to be an ambassador at St. Jude because he's doing such a good job with the other patients on his outlook and the way he's recovering from the bone marrow transplant and the chemo and radiation. Like, he hasn't missed a beat, and he's ahead of every test he's ever had to take, and it's very inspiring.
And his sister, who was his match. Now I feel bad when I think about it because, man, thank God that she was a perfect match for him, that everything's taken for him. But, I mean, that's like, that's a huge sacrifice for her. How's she doing?
She's doing good. Yeah,
She back in school already?
She's back at UT Chat.
She's
yeah.
already back.
already back.
She ride the bus with y'all? Oh, man. Hell of a season. In 34 years, Houston High School has never been to these heights they have the last 2 years. Again, the senior class is about to bounce out. Tell us a little bit about some of these seniors, some of their, their families. What are they going to go do, and some of the life lessons that you hope that you, dropped on them.
Well, you got a couple guys that are playing in an all-star game tonight at Austin P. Derek Miller and LaDedrick James.
Nice.
And then we got 3 more that will be playing in the all-star game here at MUS on Saturday, 2:30. That'll be Andre Allen, Nick Royston, and Owen Wagner. So still some football to be played. All-star games are special. You get to hang out with other guys from other teams and build some other bonds and friendships for that week. And then it's also another chance to get looked at by the next level. And as well as I do, it's getting harder and harder for these high school kids because of this transfer portal. And, everybody wants ready-made guys right now. And so these guys are having to take, maybe a lesser offer in the looks of it. You might have to go Division II, or you might have to go to JUCO first and prove yourself, get into the game for a couple of years, and then now you're a transfer portal guy. So you're the one to get looked at. So it's almost a situation where if you're not the highest of high-level guy, you're not a 5-star guy, you almost have to go in and prove that you can handle it and get through it, and then now you get your chance.
How is I never even thought about this, and I mean I've talked about it in just basically what I think, and you live it. You've been coaching at Houston how many years now?
20.
What?
Yeah, 7 years as head coach.
20 years?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was that long. I don't even feel like, man, that's just amazing to me. 20 years. Wow. You really have turned this program around. I'm going to pat you on the back. But how has the first 18 years and the last 2 differed since basically NIL, transfer portal, free agency every season, the college games? Like, are you seeing as many coaches, throughout the season? Like, what has it done, like that you have specifically seen?
Well, there's less and less opportunities because the COVID year, and that's about to go away. So you might see it opened up a little bit once those guys that got the COVID.
The
year.
25-year-olds,
Correct.
Guys are getting their 7th.
Correct.
I think one dude got his 8th year, didn't he?
Maybe even 9th. I don't know.
It was great. I was like, damn, man, better be a doctor when he rolls up out of that joint.
Right, and then now there's talk about limiting the walk-ons. So you're only having 105
Scholarship athletes.
Limit. Yep. So that'll limit some opportunities as well. But the biggest thing is the transfer portal. And, like I said, people are looking for what can you do for me now? They're not going to try to give you 4 years if you come in. They want to see instant results. And how do you get instant results? You get guys that have been in college doing college football. You don't want that 17 or 18-year-old that just got done with high school football. You have to develop. So a lot of these other places are developing those kids, and as soon as they get developed and they become a good player for them, they're gone. So
in the portal, it's just a crazy window, and now like you have like Bill Belichick going to North Carolina. Like the landscape of college is completely changing. How much though does it put pressure on y'all to do nutrition, weights, get out there and work, get that film out? Like what kind of extra pressure, added pressure does it put on y'all's program?
Well, we always want to do what's best for our kids, but we've always had a great strength and conditioning, and we've always done a good job on the recruiting scene. And at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do. I'm gonna stick up for my guys. I'm gonna tell them the truth also, and whatever at the end of the day, whatever you can get and you need to take it.
It's a wild world out there in the college sports. Got to get y'all's opinion though. What do y'all think about Bill Belichick, North Carolina? Is this something that you think is going to work? I mean, I watch the Manning cast when Bill Belichick's on there. I watch. It's like a genius. Like I'm like, damn. Like he sees things that I've never even heard of. I'm like, wow. Like you're learning. Then when like John Legend or somebody comes on, I'm like, flip back to the other thing because I don't need to hear about his little singing and dancing.
I think it's going to be interesting. I think it'll be pretty. I would say it'd be pretty cool if you got recruited by Bill Belichick. Yeah, I mean he's done a lot.
He's bringing in a lot of pros. I mean, he's Mike Lombardi, former GM, to run the NIL and the transfer portal. He's bringing all his guys. He wrote a 400-page dead gum book, like before he went and presented himself. And again, he's only 14 wins away from catching the great Don Shula and being the all-time winningest coach. But he's going to the college ranks, which is looking more like the pros every single day. And with him coming in there, I like Bill Belichick for one reason. I feel like he's very malleable. He beats you in so many different ways. You look at all the Super Bowls, all the different style of teams. He schemed to beat you. And that's something that there's so many college coaches out there who bring their playbook and they try to force everybody to do their style, their play. Sometimes it might not fit. You might not have the personnel. He's going to be able to be malleable. How malleable do you men have to be? Because every single year you have young kids coming in, your new freshman class, bringing seniors out that door. Every year y'all have to do the same thing. How much do y'all adjust y'all's personnel to y'all's basically very elaborate playbook?
Well, like you said, Belichick, he's going to run it when he has to run it to win, and he's going to throw it when he has to throw it to win. So you got to be able to do both. But in high school sports, you have to run the ball and play defense first and foremost. I mean, you look at the game against Oakland. What was the difference? They ran the ball. They played good defense. We couldn't run the ball, and our defense got a little bit, exposed at times. But you got to be able to do a lot of things with them. You can only deal with what you got, right? And in high school, you don't get to really recruit them as much as you do in college. But being able to, adjust and do what you got to do to win a football game, that's what making adjustments is about, and that's what makes good coaches. So,
with your group of seniors, how many starters are you losing?
I want to say, if you count both sides of the ball, it'd probably be 15.
Whew.
Yeah.
Every year replacing that. Now, these seniors now that are leaving have been to 2 state championship games. Like, I mean, you talk about some ballers. Do you see the same thing coming up behind them? Because I do know one position that I think you have filled, and that'd be Lil Day taking over for his big brother.
Yeah. Cannon's going to do great things, and he's at a really good role model in Chandler, so he sees how it needs to be done. But he's going to do it in his own way. They're 2 different kids, but obviously a great upbringing by Papa Day, and we're going to take it as far as we can. His freshman class is really good. Got a lot of good pieces, and these juniors and sophomores coming up, they got some good pieces too. So it'll be different, but probably a lot of young kids out there, but it'll be fun. Freshman
team went undefeated this year, didn't they, Ben?
Yes, undefeated. I think we only had 26 points scored against us. I think we scored 200.
What?
Yeah, we had a pretty solid team. We're pretty solid.
Yeah. State next year?
Let's go.
Let's do
I'm
it.
ready to go back. I enjoy the heck out of it. But like I said, our freshman team last year did something no other freshman team had done since I've been there for the past 4 years. We practiced with varsity. So varsity offense run a play, then we would step up and run the same play they ran. We ran the exact same offense. No light stuff. We ran exactly what they ran.
No wonder Lil Day was able just to walk in as a freshman and take over for his big bro. That's
offensive line did the same. We mirrored whatever they did, and we were able to run pretty much every play that they were able to run.
Man, I think there's been a Bennett coaching freshman football since I was there. Because Ernie coached us, and now you over there coaching them.
It's pretty cool.
Ernie's still coaching. He's on the sidelines barking. He's still coaching.
I love it. I love it. I love it. By the way, not just, your coaches, your staff. You got Marvis Davis, who's doing great things. What are y'all doing to change the field? If there's anybody out there that's got a child out there who's thinking about, maybe I need to get over on to Houston, check it out. Tell them why Houston is the best in Memphis, Shelby County, Germantown, Collierville, wherever you want to go. Man, you know how we go Memphis, Maine. Now it's Houston.
Right. So I would tell them, there's a lot of options out there. There are. But I'm a public school guy, and I love public school, and I think we do it the right way. I think, we do a way where we bring in pieces from, out of Germantown to go with the pieces that are in Germantown, and we basically become a melting pot of what we see in the world. We have a different kid for every section of the world you got to deal with. And so when you leave our program, you're going to be a well-rounded student. And you're going to see things that you got to get through in life. You're going to go through bad times. You're going to go through the good times. And our mission is always to make you the best version of yourself. I think we do a terrific job of doing that.
Talk about getting ready for college, like academics at Houston. I mean, more scholarships come out of Houston than anywhere else for academics. Athletics, y'all's baseball teams, ball and basketball, soccer won state, football back-to-back state won, came back this year just a little hurt. Maybe give you a little fuel for next year, because I'm expecting you back in the same place. But, I mean, they got it going on over there. And, again, Marvis Davis can't, give him a bigger tip of the cap. Y'all are changing the press box, making the stands a little bigger, and adding another lane to the track. So next year, you're all going to get new turf as well. What's up?
Hey, everything's on the up and up. Hey, you sign it up, we'll build it.
Man, Houston is pushing daisies. Everybody's doing great. Ben, you got anything to say about this year's team and the freshmen who are coming up to be part of the varsity?
The thing I would say about this year's team and those seniors, they definitely hold a special place in my heart. So those kids, I've watched those guys grow for 4 years. That was the first team I got to coach, and I love every single one of those guys like a son. I mean, they're. I told a couple of them, man, we're dogs for life. I mean,
and it's so true.
Great group.
It is so daggum true. This football faith, family, everything. But man, in 34 years of Mustang football, Ben sent this to me. They've had 2 Mr. Footballs, 4 trips to the semis, 2 trips to the state championship. The process has started where Houston is a just regular name in the whole state of Tennessee. You got to be proud, man. Everybody over at that high school be extremely proud. And to the senior class, get out there and kick life's ass. Make it your playground. Take everything you got and go out there and turn it into something positive. JT, sorry you didn't win it all, but I'll see you there next year, right?
No doubt about it. And I just want to say thank you, Johnny, for allowing us to come in each week and bring a different person to highlight our program. And thank you. You've been extra special this year, and we can't thank you enough.
I can't wait for the new crop next year. We starting this off. When y'all kick off next year?
It'll be middle August.
Yeah, we'll see you back then.
See y'all in
wait.
August on Friday. Till then, y'all be blessed. Go Houston. We got to take a quick timeout. We got the historian on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Take your basketball skills to the next level at Shoot 360 Memphis. Shoot 360 is a revolutionary basketball training facility that combines cutting-edge technology with gamification and provides instant objective feedback, hands-on, one-on-one expert coaching. And now, introducing Shoot 360 for you, a newly renovated 50,000 square foot facility with 2 NBA regulation-sized courts, 3 high school-sized courts, and 4 shooting bays with Shoot 360 technology. Memberships are now on a monthly basis. And yes, you can become a member in both locations. Whether you're an aspiring young talent, NBA player, or looking for a unique workout, all skill levels are The best of both at Los Cabos Mexican Bar and Grill on Summer near Graham. Watch all the big games on all the TVs on all the walls in Los Cabos. And enjoy premium tequila shots anytime for just $5.50. Celebrate every day with lunch specials from 10 to 3 and happy hour from 3 to 8. Lunch is just $6.75 to $10.99 and margaritas start at $4.99. Experience real Mexican cuisine along with great sports at Los Cabos on Summer near Graham. Make this a magical Christmas with help from Genesis Diamonds. Step into a world of luxury and beauty. At Genesis, we have one limited from simple diamond studded earrings to amazing Moroccan designer bracelets. And you can't miss our best ever selection of luxury premium watches. For the entire December, Genesis is making everything affordable with 5 years, 0 interest financing. Price by 60. Let your payment or showcases with exclusive diamond rings. This gives you exclusive craftsmanship and lasting value. Exclusive designers are showcasing their latest creations, and our penetration experts will help you pick out your gifted shirt and tears to your eyes on Christmas morning. So come see us at Genesis for the most romantic and memorable gift of the season. At holiday store hours, directions, and finance details at GenesisDiamonds.com. Genesis Diamonds, luxury premium Alexis. Popular Perkins Extended. See store for details.
It's a holiday experience like no other. The Light Garden at Olive Branch City Park. It's a walk-through entertainment extravaganza with hundreds of giant 3D Christmas-like displays, photos with Santa, food and drinks, and special events including fireworks on New Year's Eve. New this year is a winter-inspired 18-hole miniature golf course. Bring the family out nightly through January 1st. Go to lightgarden.online for details and to buy tickets. Now stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM for chances to win tickets to go see the Light Garden.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Man. It's a Friday. Seeing Ben, JT, Coach Thomas leave and realize like it's over.
Man, till August, John.
Till August. I mean,
Can't
I've
wait.
been having so much fun. I love those young men. And what Coach Thomas has done in 20 years is absolutely ridiculous.
You know, John, he said he's been there for 20 years. What jumped out to me was that he's been head coach for 7 years because he took over the year after I graduated. The fact that it's been 7 years since I was in high school is hard to believe for me.
Dude,
I feel old. I mean,
see, no, I
now
feel
my back's starting to hurt. My knees are starting to ache. Oh, man.
Dude, you know,
I think the arthritis is starting to set in.
What are you, 26?
25. 24? I haven't even turned 25 yet, John. Oh, my gosh.
He's such a baby.
I'm ancient.
Like, you know, I know when it's going to rain because my knees start popping.
Right.
Like,
Feel it. Oh.
I'm like, oh, damn, it's going to rain.
I'm listening to Brian, and I'm like, I've been out of school for 25 years. High
I don't
school.
even want to pretend to think.
I get up too fast, and I mean, my hip goes out of place. I mean, good Lord.
Hey.
Damn, I've been
I
out
dig
for
it,
like
though.
27 years. Man, we getting old. But you know what? We got wise, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
I know I'm just better at not getting caught.
That would make you wiser.
Yeah. Got to figure out how to game the system. But man, we got the historian, and you know Jay Ham. We're going to talk a little NBA, going to talk a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But I know you like to get into the high school football. That how did we all do? How did Memphis do?
They represented. We got tagged a couple times. Melrose got beat up. Your guys got beat up. Shout out to Houston at Melrose. The Memphis Academy of Science and Engineering.
Yeah, you can't say that because when you say that, it's Mace.
Mace.
Yeah, when you said that to me the first time, I'm like, what you talking about?
The first charter school to win a state championship of any kind.
No kidding?
That's pretty cool.
That is. Shout out. Man, I'm telling you, football ain't joking around here in Shelby County.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, breaks my heart.
And while we're on the football, then we can send a shout out to the collegiate side. My cousin, former Whitehaven standout Martavius French finished on the All-American All-Conference team.
Get out of here.
He was also named Player of the Week in the Memphis game. He showed out against the home team.
Heck yeah.
When they went to San Antonio and got smacked, he had 10 tackles that day. Doing his thing, and he's throwing his name into the hat. He's going to the NFL draft. He made that announcement a couple days ago.
Man, I'll
Shout
tell you
out
one
to him.
thing. If he goes to the NFL next year, Christmas is going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the Ohio representative who wants to make flag planting a felony?
No, I did not. Because
I'm glad you didn't and you waited on me.
because that is insanity.
And like people was trying to say it was a joke. I'm like, no, you're not joking, dude. You're not joking. You're from Ohio. Y'all ain't beat Michigan in 4 years. You're a little salty right now.
Yeah, and Tennessee's about to plant the flag right
I
there.
hope Tennessee dog walk 'em.
Ooh, yeah.
Based simply because of that.
Balls.
And I like Ohio State. I love the players, but y'all know how I feel about the coaches.
I mean, Ryan Day's 1-4 against Michigan, 0-4 against the SEC, about to be 0-5. His athletic director came out this week and gave him the whole.
If Tennessee
you're
goes
good
to the
with us."
horseshoe and gets a W.
They going to get that dub. That defense is salty. Defense in a run game. Dylan Sampson, nobody gave this man respect. I don't know why he ain't in New York. That dude can flat out run, broke so many records in the SEC, scoring touchdowns left and right.
I like their running back.
That's Dylan Sampson.
That's the kid, yeah. The
Yeah,
running back
baby.
kid. I'm
Everybody
thinking
talks about
I'm
Nico
thinking about the quarterback.
Iamaleava.
What's his name? I'm
Nico
gonna leave you.
Iamaleava.
Yeah, I like his game too, though, from an athletic standpoint. But
Squirrel,
I'm looking
Brew.
forward to the playoffs. That's next Friday, huh?
That's next week,
looking forward
baby.
to
The
that.
game, their game is Saturday night. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, cool. That's
Pretty
that's popping right there.
daggone
We don't have to
sure.
wait long before we get into postseason fun because I don't watch bowl games, y'all. I don't know.
Well, right now, like poor Duke, think about it. Both their quarterbacks. I mean, we got to figure out this system where after the season, you open up the transfer before the bowl games are over, and you don't have any players. I mean, Duke lost their first and second string quarterback. They entered the transfer portal. That's like, man. And by the way, also, Ole Miss having such a good season and having to play Duke just makes me want to vomit.
Duke was pretty solid this year,
Man, don't
too,
give me
though.
that. ACC is weak.
I know, but, the record is the record. I feel you there. Would you like to see Ole Miss play Colorado?
Actually, that'd
Yes.
be pimp.
That's a bowl game I would watch.
Yep.
I think I'm into that. By the way, speaking of that, did you see where I'm pretty sure my boy Travis Hunter won the Bednarik and the what's the other one?
Biletnikoff.
Biletnikoff. Thank you. The two
The
B's.
only dude to ever win both, I think.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I can't call him 2 5s no more.
But he didn't win the Maxwell. And like 8 of the last 10
8 of the last 10,
Maxwell
that's
winners
right.
have went on to win the Heisman. Penix didn't win it last year.
Yeah.
And I forgot who else who didn't do it.
I think that was them saying, Genty, you're incredible. Any other year, you'd be the Heisman. Here's the Maxwell. And then Travis, we
That's
all
what
know
I
you're
was
getting the
thinking.
Heisman.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, Jenny, he's the first running back to win the award since Derrick Henry, right?
That right? Wow.
I think
Yeah.
so. 2000. I
so.
think so. No, I'm pretty damn sure.
I'm almost sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm with you. I'm almost for certain on that one.
And
That's
you know
without
he's
me
a
looking
king.
anything up.
Yeah, that's me coming off my brain, which is dangerous. After what I did last Friday, Saturday, into Sunday, baby. Man, I wish I had the same weekend planned. But you know where I'm going tonight, don't you? I'm gonna be up in that MGM suite watching little
Heck yeah.
Grizzlies, little Nets.
Man, you could have took me with you.
Man, you know what? Tell Chaz to stay home, and I'll do it. She's probably listening. Ask her nicely. Oza won't.
You notice
for
how he told you to
Christmas.
do it, not that I'll tell her to do it.
Yeah,
That's
he
on
did
you.
it. It's on you, bro.
He's not going to do that.
Say, all I want for Christmas is to go in the suite and watch the Nets because they've gotten beat by the Nets twice, yet they still got the second best record in the NBA, which is absolutely wild.
One of the hottest teams going right now. And that championship window is slowly prying back open, y'all.
Yeah, you said it was. You said that the door was unlocked.
Slowly prying
Like
back open.
prying that John open now.
When I made that statement, it was kind of one of those where it's like, patience, grasshopper. Let's hold it tight. We ain't even got to Thanksgiving yet, y'all. Everybody bugging out about minutes and playing time and rotations. And it's like, We're just getting into the thick of things. I don't like to go into the judgment on a whole lot of NBA stuff till about 25 in. 25, 30, somewhere in there. Okay, we can wrap.
We just
now we're about at like 20.
This is our 26th game, I think.
Yeah, we're at
tonight.
26 tonight, right? So, I'm in opening up, but I'm having to drive around these barriers of people who continue this nonsense about the ratings dropping. When are the ratings? Shut up.
About the NBA?
Yeah, if you're gonna watch basketball, watch basketball.
Well, it's very, very simple. You know why the ratings are dropping? Because there's more eyes, I think, now on college football and the NFL. With
It's
all
more
this
stuff going on.
Yeah, there's just so many. And there's this game called hockey.
And nobody's watching regular cable now. Everybody is streaming.
Everybody.
Ratings don't account for streaming.
Well, I hate the streaming thing, though. I still got the cable.
I
but
broke
got
a little history lesson down on Twitter for the few times that I do tweet at 94 Feet Historian. A little history lesson. When people are saying, well, the way that the NBA, the ratings are down because they're not marketing the small market teams. They're not pushing the small market teams with big stars like Memphis, like Oklahoma City. Houston's playing well right now. All of us. But I'm like, you know what, y'all? I've been watching the NBA since the 80s. I remember a time where if you were in the Western Conference, the only time you got on national TV is if you were playing the Lakers. Straight up.
That's
TBS
true.
or CBS at that time. When CBS was still doing the national coverage on weekends and whenever the case, whatever. I never saw the Suns and the Sonics in a regular season game televised. I saw it in the playoffs in the 80s now. I see it in the playoffs, but I never saw it like on a Sunday afternoon on CBS. The Suns were either playing the Lakers. The Sonics were either playing the Lakers. You might get the Rockets because the Dream was starting to take his shape. On the East, it was the Celtics. Doc and Philly, the Bucks. It took a minute before Mike got there, but the Pistons were there before Mike got there.
Yeah, Isaiah. Whoa.
See what I'm saying? So it's like they've always had this few hand-picked squads that they were going to feature. Hell, we look over on the NFL. Dallas hadn't really contended in 30 years, but we are continuously shoved Cowboy stuff in our nostrils.
True that.
Even Brian Dacus with a hat on, just shoving Cowboy stuff over. I didn't even know.
Yeah, they're an underdog this week, the Carolina Panthers.
I'm part of the propaganda machine.
I used to be a Cowboy fan too until I realized that Jerry Jones has got to die before I continue that process.
We'll welcome you back with open arms when that happens.
And you know what? It would have to take a whole overhaul. Nobody named Jones could be that's affiliated with that.
Well, that might not happen. That might be a really long time.
That's why I'm not coming back.
Well, speaking of, talking about the ratings, I'm kind of wondering how different the NBA Cup games are, like when it comes to the ratings. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't gamble on the NBA till Christmas Day. It's a golden rule.
You kind of the same way, 25, 30 games in.
It's also because I feel like, the very first, before Christmas Day, like they aren't even serious about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They're just kind of getting back into shape. They're just, it's going to be a long season collecting checks. But then the cup comes around and they go straight.
Up the ante.
Man, under. If it's a cup game and a serious cup game, under's been hitting like you wouldn't believe. I mean, 237 for the Hawks Knicks. They got to 108.
I haven't found a cup game that I haven't enjoyed yet.
They didn't score 200 points in the Warriors Rockets game.
I'm just saying. These dudes
they play defense.
Yeah,
I mean, man, getting extra checks doesn't hurt anybody.
Well, they're shooting too many threes where they're also open.
I mean,
it's not like they're taking just rundown, dumb, contested shots. These dudes are open. Okay, if they're not making a shot, they just not making a shot. But if the Celtics are going 22 of 52 from three, that's a pretty good night from three. That's around about 40%.
40% of three is more than 50% of two, dude.
That's what I'm saying. So we're 25, 30 years ago, remember the narrative, all they want to do is dunk. Now you mad because they don't want to dunk no more and they shooting the jumper. What y'all going to be mad at next? They shooting too many mid-range? Too many free throws? What? It's points. Or do y'all want to go back to the 90s where 77, 72 playoff games?
I don't care because I can gamble on them. I just want them to care about the game. like they did back then. And I'm seeing that in those Cup games. That's why I get excited. And I mean, and by the way, I haven't seen Steve Kerr so
He
pissed
should have
after
been.
a game.
He should have been.
And I've honestly never seen, and now I got to tell you, I was dancing. I had the Rockets on the money line, and there is no way in hell I should have won that game.
He should have been.
Steph Curry should also take a lot of heat, not just the officials, because there was 24 seconds left on the
Yeah.
clock. I mean, there was
He
27
mismanaged
seconds
his
left.
time. Yeah.
They got a 24-second clock. He took a shot with 8 seconds left in the clock, gave the opportunity for the ball to bounce around, get on the floor. They wrestled for it. And when they called that crazy foul, 80 feet from the basket, gave the Rockets opportunity to hit 2 free throws and win that bad boy, I was grateful. But Steve Kerr blamed the officials. Why is it Steph, who's a champion, Olympic champion, stud, why would he not realize we're up by 1?
Brain fart.
And just
Just had a brain fart. It happens. He's done so much positive in the clutch.
that we get shocked to see him when he makes a mistake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I was shocked. when he shot the ball, I was like, get the rebound. Oh my gosh, there's a chance.
The shock is warranted, but then when you come away from it, you like, you know what? That's just what it is for that night. You know, he don't make those often, so it kind of like when KD didn't pass the ball that time, when Draymond was wide open and they got into it, KD blew the game up. He don't do that often, though. It's like, they give him that. It got out of hand with the arguing and everything, but it happens.
I got to mention also, when we talk about the Rockets, the first thing you think of is defense. Ime Udoka is got them boys playing some
He is a
filthy,
wizard, man.
filthy defense. I mean, they held Golden State to under 40 points in the first half. 18 in the first, 19 in the second. It was crazy. If Golden State didn't have that crazy mad run in the third quarter, this is a blowout by the Rockets. What they did, like pull it out of there, you know what? It was. I mean, that was just.
You know what he's brought back to them? He's brought back something that was there even before James Harden was there. He brought back some accountability to that organization, you know, just with the player. And this is a young team when you really just put it all in perspective. I mean, their vet is Fred VanVleet.
Dude.
Which is a solid vet. He's a champion. He knows how to win. You know, he don't take no
You
crap.
got so many babies. I mean, Jabari Smith's a baby. Jalen Green's a deadgum baby. Now,
Amen
Dylan Brooks
Thompson,
is
baby.
crazy.
Right.
Alperine Sengun. I don't
Baby.
even know how old he is, but I can tell he's a baby. But damn, he's got some nice post moves down low.
Beast.
Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks are your vets. And Dylan's under year 10. Dylan's just been around. This is year 8 for Dylan.
But Dylan's crazy.
But he's crazy, though. But he's also showing you he can be coachable. He's staying within the frame of what needs to be done. He's still going to. Did you see it when him and Shea got tied up when they played? And they ended up laughing at each other because it was just like their competitive spirit. I was like, I like that. That's cool, you know, because it's like, hey, we go hard. We Canadians. We represent how we get down. And right now, we're playing on 2 of the hottest basketball teams in the league. Right now, you know, so it's cool.
Man, I was talking about Canadians yesterday. Do you remember that, Dakis?
You were.
Do you remember what that stuff's called that they eat up there? The fries, the
Poutine.
cheese curds. Yeah, I came with the tang yesterday. It was
Sure
my
did.
bad. I was like, my bad. But yeah, man.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey,
Jay's
he's right.
like, hey. Now, we're going to talk just a little bit about the Tigers. We got to talk on the other side, though, about what's going on with LeBron James. I want to get your opinion because he's taking, quote, personal, like he's been left the team for
man,
personal
he gonna be
reasons.
40 in 2 weeks.
right.
That's all that is.
We
Man,
also
no, because I'm a conspiracy theorist. It's either because he's got personal reasons, it means, oh no, the P. Diddy stuff's about to drop.
Oh,
Because
geez.
remember, LeBron said, ain't no party like a P. Diddy party, and all them pictures
you're
coming
terrible.
out. Just saying, hey, the diddler could, now clip LeBron James, Jay-Z, and everybody
Before
in one
we
fell
get
swoop.
on that negative LeBron James news, we got to get on the positive. Bronny went for 30
I was
last
just about
night.
to say, Jay, nobody's giving Bronny credit.
Hey,
Nobody today's giving Bronny credit.
Bronny went
Listen to
for
me.
30.
He's
12
great.
o'clock I was going to do Hardinwood, which I'm going to do still anyway, 12, because Lee has the
Oh,
week
no,
off.
Lee. Oh, dang.
But I'm doing Hardinwood at noon, and one of my stories was Bronny finally scored because guess who slid into his DMs? Larsa Pippen. My girl just loves sliding in young
Savannah
men's
gonna
DM.
get you.
Yeah,
Because I remember somebody said something about that on Instagram one day, and
geez.
Savannah went all the way off.
She's too old for him.
He is a child. My son is a I'm like, uh-oh.
Man, Larsa don't care. She don't care. I'm telling you. By the way, she does care. Scottie Pippen, her son, Scottie Pippen Jr., has been balling with the Grizzlies. Grizzlies play tonight. And you know what? I'm going to give away a couple tickets today to the Grizzlies game. Oh, yeah. You heard that right. I'll tell you how to get them on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Sports 56 and 95 FM.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With two conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
This holiday season, give the gift of Gould's with a Gould's gift card for someone you love. Relaxation, perfectly gifted, is right for everyone. The gift of tranquility with a Gould's Spa gift card is perfect for anyone who deserves a moment to unwind, refresh, and rejuvenate. Because relaxation is the greatest gift of all. Happy holidays from Gould's. Gould's Spa, locally owned and operated since 1932.
What makes the holiday special are the details from Genesis. And every little detail in a Genesis is another gift to you, like an available heated steering wheel during winter. That's a gift you'll love, or the available Napa leather seating. And how about a $1,000 bonus on select Genesis vehicles? The deal ends January 2nd. See participating Genesis retailers for details. Experience the Genesis signature event. Visit Genesis.com to see how Genesis can make your holidays even brighter. Details make the holidays.
Memphis, your Grizzlies are currently the second seed in the West, following a big win versus the defending NBA champions, extending your Grizzlies' win streak to 3 games straight, making them one of the hottest teams in the league. Get in on all the live action this season by bringing your energy to FedEx Forum to catch the next jaw-dropping moment live. Feeling lucky? Win 4 seats, free tickets, or unlock exclusive savings by heading over to Grizzlies.com/spend-to-win.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. And let me tell you something, man. It's about that time. You might be a little bit hungry, you know what I'm saying, on a Friday. You might want to have a little drinky drink with your little lunch special because Los Cabos right there at Summer and Graham's got lunch specials from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. Happy hour from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. daily. And the best Mexican food, period, baby. If you want, like, the flavors of Mexico to melt in your mouth, man, just go to Los Cabos. And if you know time stops for no one, although it does slow down at 4:20. If you've already had a 4:20 Friday, head on to Los Cabos, man. Lunch specials from $7 to $11. Oh my goodness. Big fat boy portions. It's delicious. Los Cabos near Summer and Graham. Talking with the historian Jay Ham. And we were talking about LeBron James. He's taking a little time away from personal reasons. Either is it because he's going to be come out that he was at too many P. Diddy parties, or little rumors, of course, and wish lists.
We've got to get a reckless speculation sound.
Oh, yeah,
for
I'm
you, John.
sorry.
You recklessly speculate all the time.
I don't know if you know this, man. I'm like Perry Mason, Columbo, all rolled into
that's right.
one. Also, who's my man? Lenny Briscoe, little Law and Order. I'm putting these pieces together, solving this mystery. Either he's going to Golden State because it feels like he's wanted to play with Dre and Steph for a while, or he's about to like hop on his private jet and go to maybe Venezuela since they don't have an extradition with the United States. What do you think, historian?
I'm going to let you have that. I'm not touching that.
All right, more likely LeBron plays another game in the Lakers, or Bronny walks out of Lars and Pippen's hotel room.
He'll be there Christmas Day.
But what's more likely, Bronny walking out of Lars and Pippen's hotel room, or Bronny or LeBron finishing the season with the Lakers?
Well, Bronny's not a minor anymore, Savannah. So
I know. I'm just telling you. I know if I was, how old is he? Like 19, 20?
Yeah.
I'd be like, heck yeah, can't wait to see you.
I think he's 20, yeah.
When we play the Grizzlies next, you're going to be at your son's game?
You're terrible, dude.
Hey, it's not my fault.
It's not.
It ain't my fault.
It's not.
20.
I can't even.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Silk the Shocker and Mystical said it about 25 years ago. It ain't my fault.
Hey, and by the way, let's look at Bill. People say that the one thing they're worried about is he can't recruit young people. Did you see his new recruit, the 24-year-old cheerleader from New England? He's 72. She's 24. Man can recruit.
This is true. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, Jalen Green's got an older woman.
Who's his woman?
The chick from Basketball Wives, the Drea Michelle chick, she's like 40. He's like 23.
I don't watch basketball.
I don't either.
By the way, you know why? You'll learn a lot from an older woman.
I mean, I don't either, but I'm from that's in my realm, so I know who she is. And she's been around, too. She messed with Orlando Skandrick at one time, and
What a
I
name.
forgot. It's a
Holy
laundry
cow.
list of folks, but neither here or there. I try not to be in National Enquirer and TMZ style.
Bro, you know I love that stuff.
But,
Right up John's alley.
Hey, but if it's a part of the realm, it's part of the realm.
All right. I'll get back to actually normal basketball right now, to be honest with you. You were talking about some hypothetical situations when it came to the 2002 Grizzlies versus the Grit and Grind Grizzlies.
Jaren Jackson appeared on Out the Mud, which is the podcast of Zach Randolph and Tony Allen.
Man, he was talking ish right there to their face.
Yeah.
I do respect that.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good conversation. I only heard that part. I got to listen to the whole show.
Just don't play Boo Ray with T.A.
Well, Penny was on there the week before. That's a good one. You should also check that one out. I know you be hating on Penny, but Penny kind of
Hey, Penny lost to Arkansas State. You can't blame me for that, for talking trash to them
man.
kids.
You know what's funny? Penny's last season here as a player, they started out 0-3. I was looking at that as they were going into the Maui, just looking up old results. I'm like, I didn't remember them going 0-3, but they lost to Arkansas. Remember? When
Dude, no, I
David
don't.
Vaughn tore his knee up.
Oh, yeah. That was
was one of the
terrible,
first
man.
games,
That was
right.
terrible.
And I think their first win was against Vanderbilt or whatever. But anyway, back to the hypothetical situation. Jaren feels like the 56-win 2021-2022 Memphis Grizzlies could beat the Grit Grind team, but I think they said from 2012, which is the one that has Tony, Mark, Zach, Rudy. Who else am I missing?
What year team were we talking about?
2012.
2012.
It's Tony, Mark, Zach.
Oh, I'm
Mike,
so sorry. I wasn't
Rudy.
even listening to you. You know,
Yeah.
my ADD just kicked in.
And that's the Grizzly team that lost to the Clippers in 7 games. They lost to Swaggy P.
Oh, I love
Swaggy P walked you down in game 1, then he shot you out in game 7, both times in your building.
Oh, I know. I remember that very well because that was a hard night.
the 2022 Grizzlies, they lost to the
We were trying to
eventual-
whoop that trick. We had the towels
Oh, yeah,
going.
the
Everybody
ground
was
towel-
fired
The
up.
ground towels was a
Man.
epic era.
Coupon on that team.
Yeah, it still is, but I don't know about them winning that one. He said that Jared said that they would beat them in 5. I don't know about 5. Y'all ain't got enough ass to take care of Zach and Mark.
No, they don't. I mean, Zach ain't even. I mean,
Especially if Steven Adams is in the same unhealthy state that he was in that playoff run.
well, that was one of the reasons it was complete. Like, got her brains beat out
We
by the
felt
Lakers.
like if Dude would have been healthy, we get back Golden State. And, of course, we keep Ja. Ja doesn't get hurt that series, too. But I think that 2022 Memphis team was the best Grizzlies team ever. Just my personal opinion. And that Grit Grind team was close, but I didn't feel like we contended with Grit Grind, truthfully. The 2022 team,
they didn't make the Western Conference Finals, though.
But look at how we got there. Not to knock it, it took Russell Westbrook's knee being messed up. We could beat them with Russ. We just didn't beat them with Russ. Oklahoma City, that is. Because they had to come deal with us with just KD. KD couldn't do that by himself. We got them in 5. Again, they didn't have enough ass on the block to deal with Zach and Mark. Same kind of deal. It was KD, and it was a young Reggie Jackson who was trying to, wasn't quite, he was trying to get himself there. But Russ was like takeoff level, a real threat at that point.
Dude, he's
They
still
did
a
get
dead
to the
gum
conference
threat at
finals.
this point, man. Dude's still like, I mean, he's one of the most athletic freaks I've ever seen in my entire life.
And then you remember what happened when we got to the conference finals? I love Zach Randolph, but it exposed him as being something that we already do. He was super unathletic. It was like, Zach can't jump over a phone book, man. But it was funny because we're looking at this and Tim Duncan is being Tim Duncan. Game 3, when they went to overtime, Tim Duncan took over Game 3. And that's what I knew that series was.
Timmy.
And then Tony Parker went wild in Game 4 for the sweep. I think he had like 39 or something. Close game, but we couldn't stop. We couldn't keep dude out the paint. We weren't really contenders in that one. That Golden State series, we were contenders. That's just my take on it.
What do you think about this year's team right now? And I know you got to look in your crystal ball. You're the historian. You're not. You aren't. Who's the person that you call in and you're like, they're going to tell you your future? You remember those 800 numbers? Miss Cleo. Thank you. You're not Miss Cleo. You're the historian. But I need you to look into your crystal ball. What do you see realistically? Like I know you said that the championship thing's kind of cracking.
It's kind of prime.
When you looking over at the West, and I just leave the East out of it. When you're looking at the West, where do you see them finishing?
Young legs, Houston, Oklahoma City. Golden State is still an issue as long as their cores of Green, Kerr, and Curry are still there. They're still an issue. Not really concerned about the Lakers. Not really concerned about the Clippers.
Are you shocked that the Nuggets are playing the way they're playing?
Indifferent. Minnesota, concerned.
What up with Ant? They really need a Cat, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Man, Cat was tearing it up in New York.
And I'm not going to leave Denver out. I'm not going to leave, and of course I'm not leaving Phoenix out. Anytime Phoenix is healthy, it's like they scare me because they got the complete package in general.
They've been just starting off so slow.
Yeah. The thing of it with Memphis, though, is that the health and availability is the key. We get G.G. Jackson back real soon.
Right around Christmas.
Right. That's going to be a big lift. I don't know what trade will be made, but I feel like somebody's going to get moved and it's going to shake something up. I know it's been a lot of – I've been hearing some chatter that they've been trying to get Cam, possibly Cam Johnson.
That.
Don't know, but it's a lot of upside right now, though. And I think for us to be on that upside it's a refresher for where we were this time last year, where we was like, we ain't got no hope.
Yeah.
And cause remember this time last year, I'm like, they ain't got to win no more. Let's go to live.
Man, we had no Ja for 25 games. Ja came back, hit the game-winning bucket in the first dead gum game. He comes back, and what was
And
it
he
like?
gets injured again.
And then bang, bang, boom, he's gone.
They won
You're
like 5 in a row.
Right. And at that stretch, it's like, we ain't got to win no more. They ain't got to win. Let's go get a lottery pick. Let's regroup. Let's get everybody healthy. We also got to get the lottery pick back healthy, too. Things are in good motion right now for them, and I feel like they can supplant that 2022 team as being the best Grizz team ever, regardless of they go to the Western Conference Finals or not. Just depend on how they rock out the rest of the way.
Let's go, Grizzlies. One more small thing. Tell everybody where they can find you.
YouTube.com/It 94 Feet of Life.
I love
of course,
that hoodie.
I put it on the shirt, the sweatshirt, whatever it is. I'm trying to get some skull hats too, honestly.
I love it.
I have to brand myself, man. If ain't nobody else going to do it.
I absolutely love it. Now, last but not least, Penny going to get right against Clemson?
Penny going to the Sweet 16 this year, John.
You heard it from Miss Cleo. I mean, the historian Jay Ham. We're going to take 2 shakes. We'll be back. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Guns, guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Home defense guns, home guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, Sig, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. Free gun inspections, appraisals, and free border sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at ClassicArmsInMemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 Georgetown Parkway behind Craiggie's Barbecue in Cordova.
What happens when former real estate agents want to sell their homes? This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors. I am so proud and feel so honored when former real estate agents contact me when they want to sell their homes or someone has called them asking whom they should use. They know that I've been in the business for quite a while, have a great deal of experience, and know that I'm good at marketing and I'm part of a nationwide relocation network. Over the years, I've developed a highly successful strategic marketing program that can make the difference in what you make and when. Thinking of selling? Talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers, but make sure I'm one of them. Remember what people often say, that when you want the job done, call Shell done. So if you or someone you know is thinking of selling, remember what other former real estate agents do. They call me at 483-0546 or email me at memphisrelocate.com. Shell Dunn Rosengarten at memphisrelocate.com or 483-0546.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home in Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342.
There's no place like home, Town Village.
Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, with Dave Willotion, weekday mornings from 10 to 11.
That was one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 at 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Friday, everybody. You know, the weekend usually starts for me on a thirsty Thursday. You know I'm always thirsting for the best. That's Tito's handmade vodka. If life hands you lemons, you don't freak out, you don't fret, you don't stress. You just make a lemon drop, make sure it's with the best, and that's Tito's handmade vodka. We got a little special Hardenwood for you. The historian's going to stay. Let's do it. Let's go to Hardenwood, Holmes.
Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, caught him off guard.
Well, I was trying to do other work and thought I had enough time. All right, John, what'd you say again?
Let's go to Hardenwood.
This is Access Hardenwood.
Nailed it.
Come on down to The Price is Right. Man, remember them days? Do you even know what The Price is Right is?
Yes, John, I know what The Price is Right is.
Man, I like the funny one with Price is Wrong. I can't even say the rest of it. Oh, man. We got to talk a little bit of some crazy stuff, and I saw one of the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And you're going to sit there and say, John, you saw one of those UFOs that's been all up in Jersey? No, I didn't see one of those, but man, them UFOs kind of freaking me out. You ain't heard about this? Wow. Do you watch anything other than sports? I really don't either, but man, it like on my feed, like UFO people keep popping up, and they're like, man, this is just the beginning, man. 2025 is going to be buck wild. Aliens coming.
Because of the drones.
Well, how do you know they're
quote
drones?
Unquote drones. Yes, you're right, John. Apologies.
I don't know if they're a drone.
That's because you space age, like 8-Ball at MJG.
Hell yeah. I'm also coming out hard.
There you go. Should have worn a shirt, dude.
Should have worn this shirt. But I saw something, and it had nothing to do with those aliens or drones or whatever the hell's flying up there. And it was last night during the football game. Can you believe... I mean, I still can't believe this. In the third quarter last night, if you didn't watch Thursday Night Football snoozer, thank God it was a winner for the Rams. Yeah. But Devondre Campbell was told to go in when Dre Greenlaw got injured. And he was banged up, and he comes off, and he says, nah, I ain't going in. Turns around, walks off the football field, turns his back on his teammates. I got to say, if you heard Kyle Shanahan, George Kittle, all those players, man, that dude ain't ever coming back in that locker room. I'm sure he's going to be cut today. But have you ever seen anybody? I mean, AB quit on his team, but he's crazy.
Scottie Pippen.
Oh, man, when he wouldn't go in the game, man. Dude, that was a very good bring back memory.
Right, Scottie Pippen.
Because he was mad.
Some who may not remember this, but well, he didn't refuse to go back in. He refused to come out. That was Adrian Dantley that got him trained.
Yeah.
He didn't want to come out for Robin when they were in Boston. A couple days later, they had to ship AD up out of there. And they went on to win a championship after that.
Man, who was the great running back that had with the specs, went to Oklahoma, and then basically one day told, I think it was Switzer, I ain't going back in, and then transferred out. Biggest, the best high school running
Marcus
back.
Dupree.
Marcus Dupree. He quit. I guess actually now.
He did, huh?
Yeah, he did.
He didn't go back there. Was it a bowl game or no? The Texas game.
The Texas game.
Yeah, they knocked him silly. That's why.
True that.
Dude was in the Texas huddle, man. I mean, what could you expect, But it was so much that was going on around him at that time too. And then Barry Switzer being Barry Switzer,
want him back in the game.
Hey.
They didn't know what concussions were back then. They just were like, you have a bell ringer.
Yeah.
You just got your bell rung. Get back in. The vibration in the eyes are going to uncross in 24 seconds before the play snapped.
Now you can get straight sued for that.
Oh, yeah, they ain't playing now. But, yeah, that was, like, realistically, though, like, after the ball game, hearing those players, I mean, he's a professional. He's been a professional for a long time. I'm kind of curious. I told you I'll do, like, a Perry Mason, a little Lenny Briscoe.
Shout out to Lenny Briscoe. He was one of my favorite television detectives.
Man, I'm trying to think Ice-T's character, but I can't remember his name.
Jerry Orbach.
No, Ice-T.
Oh, Ice-T.
He's one of the detectives, too. And who's the hot girl?
Remember his name on the show?
I can't remember his name on the show.
Olafin Tutuola.
Damn, you're good.
Yeah, I watch Law & Order, man.
Man,
I don't watch it as much, though.
That's why you don't get arrested, because you know the system now. But I did find this. So, Devondre Campbell, who quit on his team last night. Listen to this, though. This is where he tweeted a year ago. December 19th, 2023. Not going out of my way anymore, and I'm not playing through injuries anymore.
Oh, so he's just a habitual quitter.
I'm treating everyone accordingly and giving them the same energy they give me.
At least he's
Focus
consistent.
on yourself, and your mental's 59. You owe it to yourself. Bro, when he dropped that in 2023, Mr. John Lynch, GM for the 49ers, you got to see that.
You know
You got to
what,
be like,
though?
yo, hey, let me check on my homie.
They got a culture problem in San Fran.
Man, they were like the best damn team in the NFC for a while, and now
It's more than just injuries. It's a whole lot going on over there. Just look at how they playing.
well, I mean, they still had some fight in them. It's just like when you go down 2 linebackers and he won't go in. That's painful.
But last night, that happened, that was indicative of a whole lot that's going on with them right now that we don't probably even know about, but it's like, oh, okay.
Well, all I know is I thought that was crazy.
It was very
But one of
crazy.
the reasons the 49ers could never ever cross the line is because you had Jimmy G, who, famous for knocking up Robert Kraft's girlfriend and getting traded. Porn star Jimmy. And then you have now little bitty Brock Purdy. And they're both good quarterbacks. They just ain't elite. And we've only seen 2 average quarterbacks really win Super Bowls in Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson. But let's not forget, that Ravens defense was filthy. That Bucks defense was filthy. And right now, 49ers defense is bang the bleep up.
I don't know, man. They got to blow it up. I think that's what they headed. I mean, for you to be right there on the doorstep a couple of times, getting there. The year that Philly went, they lost to Philly. You feel like, me personally, I felt like if Brock doesn't get hurt that day, they beat Philly and they beat Kansas City too. That's just me. I think they could have beat Kansas City, but it's kind of hard to explain. I'm going to have to go through a real deep dive on this 49ers run. Because even remember that. Remember they couldn't get back. They can always beat the Rams, but then they got an NFC Championship against the Rams. They lost. They owned the Rams September through December. January, they lose it.
Stafford is a man. By the way, that Puka Nacua kid, that dude's a full-grown football player. He's out there blocking, hitting people, running reverses, catches every damn thing. And that catch he had, where he tapped his toes right there at the edge, almost an impossible ball to catch, and he caught that junt. That dude last week was balling in the Bills game.
I'm going to put the blame on the 49ers. I'm going to put this on the Kansas City Chiefs took their soul. 2 Super Bowls. One of them, you're up 11. No, you're up 10 in the fourth quarter. You lose by 11. Just process that for a minute. You're up 10, but you lose by in the fourth quarter. Then you had last year's game where they just botched it at the end.
And then I still, though, like, the other thing is,
it
like,
takes
you saw
your soul, man.
The Detroit Lions, though, after blowing that huge first-half lead against the 49ers last year, look where they at right now. They absolutely rolling. The only thing that scares me is they taking on a lot of injuries at the wrong time of the season.
Here's one thing I know that the 49ers
Especially
can count
on
on.
the defensive side.
They going to beat Dallas. That's what they feel like right now. We'll take care of Dallas, but everything else is just what it is, man. It's hard to watch because I picked them actually to win the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm glad I don't listen to your future.
Hey, I'm
Miss
glad you
Chloe,
don't either because
Miss
I'm not an
Cleo.
expert.
John, may I bring up a story?
Sure.
So, I have an issue with Bill Belichick. Everyone's talking about Bill Belichick getting the North Carolina coaching job and how great he's going to be, and everyone's praising him for this 400-page document that he wrote and gave to North Carolina. I think it's weird. I mean, everyone's praising him for it. Everyone's talking about how he's just a coach's coach for doing it. Connor Stallions did the same thing at Michigan, had this whole manifesto about Michigan. We all called him crazy.
He's more
But
like-
Bill Belichick does it, and it's like, oh, what a coach's coach. I mean, you know how weird you have to be to write 400 pages of stuff for a head coaching job? Look, I know he had plenty of free time. That's psychotic.
But you have to understand, Connor Stallions has more of a feel of a Ted Kaczynski than the,
That's fair. That's a good point.
He got that Ted Kaczynski feel to him, bro.
I just think that's weird. If I'm an AD or a president somewhere and a coach comes in and hands me a 400-page binder and says, read this, I'm going to look at you a little sideways.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be like, I trust you, coach.
Yeah,
you got eight
I ain't
Super
reading
Bowls,
I ain't reading
2 as a defensive coordinator with the Giants, and 6 with the Patriots.
Also, do we really believe he wrote it? He did not write that. He had someone else write it.
And prior to Cleveland winning their last playoff game over there in 2020, he was the one who won the one before that.
That's right.
People forget he was the head coach in Cleveland, and they had a playoff run up there too before Art Modell decided to move east.
Ravens, they still hate each other. Cleveland and Baltimore. Like, that hate's gonna last forever. Hate. Hey, hating gets ratings, but love makes the world go round. Speaking of Detroit, there's a Detroit fan right now that I got love for. I feel bad for him because you know what? Everybody makes mistakes, right? Everybody. Man, don't be throwing rocks in no glass houses when you live in one yourself. You know what I'm saying? This Detroit fan, did you hear about the guy who got into it with Matt LaFleur before the game last week? Did you hear about this at all? Like, it was going around. It got a lot of little run. It got a lot of run because Matt LaFleur went to his post game and said a whole bunch of stuff like, in all my years, like, I've never seen anybody be so disrespectful. He said he was doing the throat slash symbol. And then and Matt LaFleur and this fan got in each other's face because he's right there. Well, the fan, his name is Yusuf. I feel bad for him now because, again, we've all been punished. But he was punished by the Detroit Lions, had his season tickets revoked, and was told he could never be a season ticket holder again.
Wow.
My man was about in tears when I saw him on the TikTok. It was WXYZ Detroit. They did a little interview with him, and he said, I was in the wrong. So I understand some repercussions were taken. He's like, I've learned my lesson. I am so sorry. I would give anything to tell my side of the story. He's been a season ticket holder for over 20 years. He did say something that broke my heart a little bit. He says, this is like my identity. This is what I do. I love this team. Like, damn, bro, I love a lot of things like my kids, my family. No team's going to be my identity. I love Ole Miss Rebels. But, dude, my identity? So now he lost his identity. He's out in the world alone. It's Detroit. Ain't nothing going on other than Lions football. He sat through the most lean years you've ever seen. Teams that never won jack. And now they're good and he loses it all because he did make one mistake. Man, take his season tickets for, like, the rest of the regular season. But let him come back to the playoffs
tickets,
and let him be a season ticket next shoulder. Man, this dude went through hell to be a season ticket holder for 20 years in Detroit.
Wow, that's wrong. Yeah.
Man, I mean, I'm telling you, this grown man was about to bawl.
So, John, what exactly did he do? Like, what was he accused of doing?
So they were coming out of the tunnel, the Green Bay Packers, and he is front row, and he is lionsed out.
Okay.
Like, I mean, he's full on
to the T
lion mane. And he's doing, like, yelling at the players as they're coming out of the tunnel because his seats are right there.
Sure.
And he was maybe a little inebriated. And I guess Matt LaFleur, what he said he took issue is he did the, we're going to get you, and did the throat slash.
Huh.
And Matt LaFleur then said something to him, and then he leaned down and got in Matt LaFleur's face and was like, like a lion, all up in his business. And let me just tell you, he feels bad about it. He lost it. He's sorry. And yes, I understand it. But again, everybody makes mistakes. You got to learn from you got to learn in life. But damn, like, man,
a lifetime ban.
I know people who make mistakes driving and they don't lose their ability to drive forever. Maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, however bad you did something. But ever?
Which makes me wonder how those Raider fans in the black hole kept their tickets all these
Nah,
years.
you know what? Because let me tell you something. That was Al Davis. He was a baller. He loved that. Woo! We almost said a bad word.
Glad you didn't.
Did you hear me catch myself?
I mean, they didn't even boo. They didn't even boot the people in Philly when Michael Irvin got paralyzed. And they,
Dude,
and they cheered.
that's again, dude, like yes, but now it's it's 2024.
And what
You can't even you get fined now thousands of dollars if you play like if you make a shot. Pat Mahomes, who else has got fined in the NFL for shooting their guns? Which is crazy in a country where there's over 400 million guns and they don't have real guns and we're shooting our hands. You not watch, man, you ever like when you were growing up watching Westerns? Shooting guns. You ever watch New Jack City? Shooting guns. You ever watch Law and Order? Somebody shooting guns.
Right.
It's a gun culture. Not like saying, and dude, Second Amendment right, bro. And these aren't even real guns in their hands and they're getting fined. But then also to lose your tickets forever.
It's supposed to be in the guys'
NFL,
showmanship.
I'm just saying the NFL, they also fined, who was it, Bosa for putting his support for one candidate and fined another one for putting their support for another candidate. Like you can't, you just got to be like 100% football on during the NFL.
They ready to
Even
fan
the
you
fans,
because you got the wrong socks on.
That's right. Uniform code
That's
violation.
that penny they on,
Section
man.
1-49er.
Yeah.
Man, it's like, Roger, that's crazy. I can't believe they took this poor man's tickets for life.
Yeah, that's wrong, man.
Now, do you know who Paige Van Zandt is?
Yeah.
Dude, she is so fine, and all of her friends are. And for Christmas, she put out.
What is she? She's like a boxer or an MMA fighter or something, right? And
Yeah.
then she does other things.
Look at this. Tell me that this is not winning at life. And then she's got 3 other ones with. It's like 4. Look at that one. Like when you do that for Christmas, that's giving love. And I appreciate the Christmas spirit coming out there in Santa's hat, not his coat, not his pants, not his shoes, but his hat. I appreciate that. And then last but not least, speaking of hotties, do you know who Sydney Thomas is? The super hot ring girl from the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson event. You know who that is? Did you see her?
Oh, yeah.
Lord have mercy. Chaz, I need a hall pass for Sydney Thomas. Sydney Thomas for Christmas. Hall pass, please. She's got now more gigs, and she's making absolute bank. She's now back she's back at it. She's ring girling again. She did it last night at a boxing event. I don't even know anything about the boxing event. I don't know who won, but I watched her walk around the ring and hold up the card because she is amazing. And now, like, it's just amazing to me. Like, if you were just a smoke show in a 10, the amount of money you can make on social media is ridiculous. Like, she's not working anymore, except for ring girling and taking hot pictures and making bank. Are you looking up Sydney Thomas? Is that what you're doing over there? You're like, I gotta see. Bronny dropped 30. Is that a so?
Yeah, I would say that.
I was more shocked that he was on the road. What was he doing? I thought he wasn't going to play on the road games in the G League.
Well,
as a young man, as a father, LeBron did a fabulous job. I mean, this is a kid who averaged 4.8 points, shot 27% from the three-point line, did not have a great freshman year. Also did have a heart attack that year. So, you got to cut him some slack. But he's got him in the NBA. Great. Look, good job, Dad. Is kid ever going to actually make it on his own?
Probably not. But you know who does? The other one, Bryce. Bryce going to be a killer.
He's going to be a killer?
Yeah.
He's a lot bigger than Bronny.
Taller, yeah. Bryce is already about 6'4", 6'5", something like that. Bronny, I think, is like 6'1", 6'2". Bryce is kind of like the athleticism is there, but then Bryce is like well-rounded, just all the way. I think they're going to be here next month, too. Is Bryce still playing at Sierra
I
Canyon?
don't know, but
I don't know.
I got to tell you one other story before we get off the air.
They're
and I'll
going
let you get
because
out of here.
Sierra Canyon will be here next on
He
January
is-
2nd and
he is
3rd at the
still-
Bartlett Showcase.
Still
Really?
at Sierra
Yeah.
Canyon.
Nice. You remember the dates
Hey
and
man,
everything.
you know I'm connected with killers in high school hoops too. One
the
of my
Hoop
best
Fest
guys
event,
one of my best guys is an assistant on the #1 high school program in the
wow.
country, y'all.
Wow.
My guy, Coach Les Stewart, is an assistant at the Link Academy.
Wow.
He was
Oh,
at
yeah, great
Arizona
program.
Compass last year,
Yeah.
another top
Both those great
program.
programs,
Right.
yeah.
Arizona Compass right now is winless in EYBL play.
Really?
Right. He
Wow.
showed me that the other day. I was like, yo.
Bro.
And speaking of, just in that instance, when they got these, we got some more killers on the loose too, John. My guy, Coach Les, I don't know if you've seen this kid at Oklahoma, Jeremiah Fears.
Have no fear, Jeremiah's here.
Jeremiah Fears. He tore it up over Feast Week. They won the Battle of Atlantis. I think he put up like 23 a night in that contest. His twin brother is playing at Michigan State, Jeremy Fears. He's pretty solid too. They played against the Tigers in Maui. Pretty solid cat, but Jeremiah Fears, he's a 94 feet of life kid as far as we're concerned.
Man, we got to take a quick break, but there was one more story I just had to drop. You're a historian. Do you remember the good old days of Penthouse?
Remember who now?
Penthouse. It was a magazine.
Yes,
You remember it?
absolutely.
You won't believe this.
Shout out to Larry Flint.
Man, shout out Larry Flint. That was a great movie, too. Great movie.
A classmate
reason
of Judge DeArmond Bailey was in that movie.
That's right. And
his son is a classmate of mine. He owns Ball Hoggers Barbecue on Airways. I had to shout out my guy,
Shout out.
Bailey.
O.J. Simpson. You won't believe this. So his prison collection of Penthouse is now on the auction block.
Prison collection?
His prison collection of Penthouse. I didn't even know they'd let you take them things in prison, but hey, he's O.J. Simpson. They're going to be on auction. If you want to go get them bad boys, you can throw up your bid. They're expecting to bring in $269,000.
Wow.
For some old Penthouse, just because like the Jews had them, and how can we prove that they were
How far back are
prison
we
ones?
talking about here?
Oh man, I mean this is back when 2010 Pet of the Year.
Penthouse
Let's see.
Pets versus Playboy Bunnies.
Man, I'm bunny all the time, son. Bunny. Man, we got this one is 2,000. I don't know, but it's 13 hot spots. Where to find girls? Isn't it? Nude beaches, nude beach no-nos, what to do, what not to do. I guess you can learn something.
Ain't bad.
Goodness gracious, I'm late for a break. I got T-Money and Uncle Brasky already waiting to jump on here and tear things up. Thank you so much. Follow J Ham, youtube.com/@94 feet of life.
He read the sweatshirt, y'all. He read the sweatshirt.
I sure did. I did it for you. We're going to be back in 2 minutes. T-Money, Uncle Brasky, we got to find out what we're going to bet on because, man, Saturday is really, really lean. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Everyone needs protection, whether you're on the field or on the road, so make sure you have the best. Bob Simpson State Farm Insurance can buckle you up with auto insurance, can back you up with life and health insurance, cover your business whether it's starting, growing, or maturing, and don't forget to insure your home, no matter if you're an owner or a renter. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today at 901-381-1233 or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roofing. Did you know there are so many roofing companies in Memphis that I don't even know them all? So that begs the question, which one should you choose? So I thought I'd give you a little background about me. My grandfather was a World War II Marine. My father worked for the University of Memphis for nearly 30 years. My mother, a pianist at Raleigh Baptist Church. Seems like forever. I went to Brownsville Road, Craigmont, and Bartlett High School, class of 81. We support the local school systems, youth athletics, and believe in what St. Jude and Le Bonheur stand for. I'm a Tiger and Grizz fan. The point? Memphis is my home. Five Ash Roofing will be around if you ever have a problem with the service we provide. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical, with deep local ties in our community. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Let me guess, you're going to recommend that everyone get their holiday meal from Central Barbecue.
No, although it's a great idea, get everybody some fantastic Central Barbecue and not have to do any of the work, but that is not what this spot is about.
It's not?
No, this is about another way Central Barbecue can save you time and trouble.
Ah, Central Barbecue gift cards.
That's right. You don't have to fight the holiday gift shoppers when you can just go online and order up a handful of Central Barbecue gift cards.
No one has ever turned up their nose at getting the best barbecue in Memphis.
In the world.
In the world for free.
There's no difference more beautiful, more versatile, and more meaningful than Central Barbecue. There's no difference to shoppers on the season and Genesis style. Most impressive selection of can't-miss gifts. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands, tasty and price range. From diamond classics to amazing design fashion. Rolex watches has never been better. And just for December, we're offering 5 years, 0 interest financing on any holiday purchase. With a special offer, everything's affordable. Just pick an item, divide the price by 60, and that's your payment. So come to Genesis Diamonds. Our experts help you choose the perfect and longer gift present. And spread your payments over 5 years. Get holiday store hours, directions, and finance details at GenesisDiamonds.com. Happy holidays with Genesis Diamonds.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. We're about to talk with T-Money and Uncle Brasky. Wanted to remind you, though, if you're a little hungry for some lunch, I got a great spot for you. Los Cabos, right there at Summer and Graham, where the flavors of Mexico melt in your mouth. They got lunch specials, 10 to 3 daily, $7 to $11. Yeah, happy hour, 3 to 8. Check them out. Plus, they got a great little sports bar because they got TVs everywhere. Wonderful Tito's and tequila, and I'm telling you, it's just the best Mexican food in the world. I hit that spot up about 3-4 times a week. Only thing I'm disappointed about that I can say bad about Los Cabos is how come I can't speak Spanish? I've been eating Mexican at least 3 times a day since I can remember. Through osmosis, I should be able to speak Spanish. And damn it, I took Spanish. I didn't really take the class, but you know how I got through it. You know what I mean? But damn, Los Cabos. Head on over there, check them out. And, man, you might run into me. T-Money, Uncle Brasky are in the house. Oh, I just dropped T-Money. It's my fault. It's a Friday. What up, Uncle Brasky?
What's going on, Johnny?
Man, just chilling. We got one football game, really, this weekend.
No, we don't. We got 2.
Got a bowl game, John.
What bowl game?
The First Responder, the Crampton Bowl, or whatever they call it.
Man.
Western Michigan and South Alabama, Johnny.
Good job, man. That's why Uncle Brasky comes on Fridays. I was looking at the basketball this weekend because I figured on Saturday you got the Memphis Tigers who start at 10 a.m. on the road against 16th-ranked Clemson. At 11 o'clock, you got Texas A&M, 17th in the country. They're on the road playing the 11th-ranked team, Purdue. So you got, Tennessee Vols. They play Illinois, 4:30 on the Fox. There's some real good basketball going on this weekend. But are you betting football? You betting basketball? What you on?
I'm betting football, and I got you a little basketball play.
Ooh. Well, let's get to money first and see. Money. Sorry about knocking you off.
You knocked me off, Johnny. That's okay, Big Daddy, because I forgive you because you put me on the Rams last night, plus 3 points.
Man, doesn't it feel good to cash in on a Thursday night? That's 2 weeks in a row.
Absolutely. You know how they were doing us last night, find the 49ers this, 49ers that. They've got this, that. Man, Johnny, you held tight. We held tight on the Rams. We liked the Rams early, and we just could not be swayed off of them, and we went ahead and got down on the Rams last night. Winner, winner. I don't care how ugly it was. That's a winner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner, brother. I'm so glad. I love starting my weekend right because Thursday is my weekend because I always get down on Thursday. That's why it's Thirsty Thursday. So we're going into this to have a good weekend. I just got to know, how are you feeling about your Ohio State?
Well, I
Tennessee
like,
game, buddy.
I like it. We've got, the AD, he doesn't come out and said he ain't firing Ryan Day no matter what happens in this playoff. So I think that puts the team at ease a little bit and kind of quells that talk about firing a man who's 72-10 or whatever his crazy record is.
Yeah, but he's 1-4 against Michigan and he's 0-4 against the SEC.
I get that, but these rivalries like that, it's not like it used to be now with college football playoff. And I've never heard these SEC fan bases. I mean, you can't just unless you're Georgia or Alabama, shut up, basically. I've never seen a fan base like Ole Miss get so excited about going to the Gator. Y'all were so excited all year long, and all y'all got out of it was the Gator Bowl. And, I just saw all these transfers. Alabama's got people in the transfer. What bowl game did Alabama end up in? The Tax Slayer Bowl or something funny like that? I mean, come on now. Y'all didn't make the playoffs. Y'all made a Gator Bowl. Y'all are so sad about y'allselves. Y'all were so excited. I've never heard a more excited team go to the Gator Bowl than the Ole Miss Rebels. Congratulations.
What are y'all going to do when Tennessee plants that dirty, nasty-looking, wore-out orange tea in the middle of your field? Y'all going to walk
according to the representatives up there, you could go to jail for doing that now in Ohio. You can't do that.
Change the rules.
Oh, yeah, we're going to change the law on you freaks. That way the highway patrol don't get to macing y'all when y'all come up on us. We don't let that type of stuff happen.
Let me just say something. Josh Williams, y'all's representative of Ohio, definitely shows how soft y'all are because this SEC team's about to roll you up, plant the flag, come and arrest us. The Vol Navy will come up there and get them. Don't make the Vol Navy come up there.
Who?
The Vol Navy, man. They'll come up there and get him. You try to arrest one of their players after that game and after we're about to get ready for Oregon, please.
You know what Slap told me? I said, look, Slap, y'all going to come up to Columbus. It's about to be 19 degrees and windy and snow, maybe some snow. We hadn't decided on that yet. But I said, you know what he told me? Man, we're mountain men, man.
Dude, I love that answer.
He said, we're mountain men. We'll come up, we're not scared of a little cold because we're from the mountain.
It is snowing up there.
It does get cold in Knoxville. Don't think they're not used to it up there.
Here it is, by the way. Listen to this real quick. Representative Josh Williams said, I'm so proud to introduce the OHIO Sportsmanship Act to make plant flagging at the midfield a felony in the state of Ohio. Basically saying that we're going to arrest Michigan players every year because Michigan's going to be playing that thing every 2 years. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
That's pretty soft. That's soft. Don't lose. I've been telling you for SEC freaks that want 4-loss SEC team at number 12. Don't lose. Don't lose. That's all I got to say. I got another funny thing. There's some Alabama freaks. I was talking to the Prince of Nutbush, Bo. He's a big Alabama fan, and he wants to talk about, well, we're not going to do any more of this out of conference scheduling these hard teams. And I said, well, you can't replace. Who are you going to replace Mercer and Western Kentucky with? I mean, you're already scheduling soft. I mean, you're getting beat with inside the SEC. I told him you can't go scheduling Kingsbury and Overton next. I mean, come on, how easy do you want your schedule to be?
Brasky.
Well, sometimes they play Western Carolina right before Auburn, or they play. big
fur
powerhouse,
burgers.
high point or something that comes in there. You know?
Correct. I mean, how much easier do y'all want your out-of-conference schedule to be? I mean, come on.
Well,
I like when they said, you know, if Texas had an SEC schedule, they'd go 5-7. Oops.
Well, if you're that, you know what? Let me just tell you something. Do you see what Georgia did to them in the SEC championship game with their backup quarterback?
Oops.
Oh, how you like me
said,
now?
Unless you're Georgia or Alabama,
Johnny,
maybe Alabama.
If you didn't notice last week, we swept the board.
Yeah, I did
I
notice.
told you Georgia was going to be.
Well, now y'all want to change the subject. That's fine. We got
it's the truth.
We got a lot to get to. No, we got a lot to get to in a short amount of time. We did sweep the board, Uncle Brasky. I had Oregon and Boise, so that was 2-0 off Jump Street.
Dude, we're going to
Who'd you have, Uncle Brasky?
I had Georgia.
Okay.
Who else did I have last week? It was swept the board. I had 2 dime bag plays. Won them.
South Carolina or somebody.
I went to
no,
South Carolina. Clemson limped in that thing. I mean, come on. You know, I knew Clemson.
Hey, Uncle
would mess around and
Brasky,
win that.
Uncle Brasky, I told you that radio went and wiggled for 2 days. You didn't think that Billy Strings could sell out for him 2 nights in a row.
There's no way.
Yeah,
Unless
did.
they
You
only had
don't know
500.
Billy. No, that was Pat,
How
bro.
many people how many freaks are really going to show up to see a guy play the mandolin?
Fool, I had friends flying in from all over the place to wiggle.
Johnny,
did.
Johnny, I tried to explain to Uncle Brasky, he didn't believe me, and I said, listen, these wiggle people, sometimes all they do is work and wiggle. Like,
It's
the
a
only
religion.
reason they're working
Is the
to
wiggle.
wiggle. They're working for airfare, tickets, wiggle time, and, you know, other things that go with wiggling. And I told them, you know, I gave an example of Matt and Katie. You know, our friend Katie, she's like an RN or something like that. She makes plenty of money, and we think the only reason Matty C even works is so they can go wiggle. I think he just makes the wiggle money. You know.
To be honest, when T Money said Billy Strings, I thought he was talking about Billy Squire 20 years ago. I'm like, man, I've never heard of this freak. I had to look him up. He plays the mandolin and bluegrass. My goodness.
He plays everything. That's why he's Billy Strings. If he's got a string, he can play it. Banjo, guitar, electric guitar.
Yeah, but who goes to see that?
It's
You can
dope.
just
He
watch
can
that
sing. Man, you know what? I'm going to
You
have
can
to.
watch that on Austin City Limits on the PBS channel for free.
Well, you can't wiggle. You just don't understand. You don't
He doesn't
understand.
understand the culture of wiggling.
Like when I live in Memphis. We had to stay at the Westin because when you wiggle hard, you can't get home. Like you can walk across the street. I can walk across the street, but there ain't no way I can get home. I like Uber or like a taxi. I wouldn't even know how to get one. Your phone looks crazy.
I was telling Uncle Brasky I got a history with the wiggle people because my first encounters with the wiggles were over there at Newbies on Thursday night back in the early 2000s, late 99. Right in there when the minivan blues band used to play there on Thursday night. And my man, he'd be up there with no shoes on. I hope he's still alive because he sweated a whole lot, and I'm sure he was sober the whole time. But he didn't have his shoes on, and he was like the master wiggler. And I'd just sit up there, you know, back in the old Newbies, there were steps up before you got to the bar, and you could sit there and kind of look over, you know what I'm talking about, Johnny?
Mm-hmm.
Right there at the old Newbies before they ruined it. So I used to watch the people wiggle all the time right there, and they used to wiggle with the minivan blues band. You remember them by any chance, John?
Oh, yeah.
They were good.
Yeah. They were. Man, I'm telling you, wiggle music is absolutely dope, and there's going to be a lot of dope there, too, as well.
Well, why do you not have your shoes on? Why didn't the guy have his shoes on?
Man,
I think that
sometimes you wiggle out them junts.
Okay. Was that before they burned Newbies down for the insurance money?
Dude.
Did they burn it down?
Yeah, it caught
Reckless
on fire.
speculation, gentlemen. Reckless speculation.
I don't think they burned it, did he? I think Todd just got out. I don't think he got to burning anything.
What was the barbecue place across from the I think every time the mortgage was due, they burn it down across from the Liberty Bowl. Remember that?
I don't even remember
I
that.
think every time the rent was due, they burned that dude down.
By the way, Phil just texted in and said projected low in Columbus next Saturday is 20 degrees. The low,
perfect.
The low in Knoxville currently is 22 degrees. I don't hear about it's cold in Ohio.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, it's a different cold.
Yeah, it's just like a cold where you can get a felony for planting a flag.
No, it's a cold where it gets down into your bones cold up there.
All right. Well, give me some money. I need to make some bones.
Oh, you need to make some bones. I need to make some bones because I'll tell you what, my buddy AB, he's my my insider on when we do horse racing. He's one of those Germantown people that really know a lot about their horses. He got him a new lake house, and we wanted to shout him out. He got him a new lake house, and I hope he's got a boat, but we're going to run down on him here this spring, Johnny. We'll have to bring you with us, and we'll have to get out on the boat and show the people how you can ski. Can you ski, Johnny?
Wakeboard, ski, scurf. You put me in the water, baby, I'm on it.
I knew it. I knew you were one of those type of people. But Johnny, let's get to some bets because we got to make some money. We got to keep this money train going. I mean, Uncle Brassy and I are fire hot, like what does he say, Hunter Biden's crack pipe. I mean, that's how hot we are. And I'll tell you what, Johnny, I don't know your bankroll any more than you know mine. And with that being said, Johnny, I got to take the Stars and the Stripes tomorrow in the Army-Navy game. You got to get down on that. It's one of the best traditions in college football. I mean, I don't even think this game counts, does it, Johnny? I mean, everything's already over, whatever. But I think it's still a great spectacle, and I love when the troops are honored and they come out. And these boys, they play, and usually the line doesn't matter in this game, but I think it matters a lot in this game. I think Army's just too tough for Navy this year. I love the quarterback Daly. I think he got snubbed out of the Heisman Trophy. He should have at least been invited. I know they like all these high-profile guys, and Travis Hunter's, a C all over, but he gets to go. He's not 100. He's not A anywhere, but he's a bunch of C's that get them to an A, I guess. I don't know. But I wish Daly would have got there. But anyway, I love Army. Lay the points. I think it's at 6.5. That's my big play tomorrow. I think Army gets loose. They've just been playing real well all year. I mean, their only losses to Notre Dame. They got run out by Notre Dame, but that once Notre Dame was on fire at the time and still are. But I like Army tomorrow versus Navy, Johnny, -6.5.
Man, there were a few things in life that were like always, death, taxes, and the Army-Navy game going under. This year, however, it's set at 39. I think this thing flies over the total.
I like that, too. I saw that. I thought that was a little different because, I mean, Navy's quarterback's pretty good, too. I mean, these boys can score, get up and down the field. So we'll see what happens. I like Army to get loose in the shootout anyway.
Get busy, baby. Army-Navy going down is going to be a lot of fun now. What else you got? That's one
My
game.
second game now, it doesn't get – now we won't be on to give this pick. So I got to give it a few days early, but I got to get on the Tigers in the Frisco Bowl on Tuesday, -5 over West by God, Virginia. They've got Rich Rod
going back.
Yeah, he's going back, and I like that. Hey, they were fun back when he was, but his biggest mistake was thinking he could go to Michigan. He should have just stuck it out with those boys. He had a bunch of boys. He had that Barry Bernetti from MUS on his way up there who was a good dual threat back in that time. He had some great players. He's putting them in the NFL and this and that. But West by God, Virginia, they're kind of at a loss. They really hadn't been much of a program in a long time. Probably ever since Thief moved back to West Virginia, they ain't been in no good. So I think that West by God gets run out. I think the Tigers are going to have a big day on Tuesday, and so I think it's one of the first. I think it's the second bowl game.
Man.
got one this weekend, but I think the Tigers get loose, Johnny.
I hope the Tigers get loose. And if you would have said this like January 1st of like 2024 when the clock turned, if you would have said that Rich Rod was going back to West Virginia, Scott Frost is going to return to Central Florida, Bill Belichick would be coaching in North Carolina, Florida State would go 2-10, and Indiana would be in the playoff, and SMU would get the last spot in the playoffs over Alabama, I would have said you've been smoking Hunter Biden's crack pipe way too much.
It's wild times, Johnny. I mean, it really is. I mean, that's why everybody kept asking T-Money, you know, who's in the playoff? I don't know who's in the playoff. We've never had this before. The criteria, you can just only go by, you know, what the committee says. The committee said all year long, we will not penalize a team playing in the conference championship. And I don't know. I know it's hard for you Alabama people to read and write at times, but that is what they said. I mean, and y'all keep going and trying to change the goalposts like y'all were going to get in. You lost to 2 6-6 teams twice, not once, not twice. You didn't lose to Mercer or all these out of conference people y'all don't want to schedule anymore. You lost to 2 6-6 ball clubs. You scored 3 points against Oklahoma.
That is bad. That's just terrible. Man, that's just terrible. Brasky, what you got
go
for
away,
us?
Alabama people. I'm tired of them.
What you got, Unc?
Well, this time next weekend, well, no, it'll be the day after next weekend. You'll see that Tennessee flag planted up in Ohio State. We wanted to hear about them anymore. At least we'll get that out of the way. Hey, for the regular play this week, though, Johnny, I like that Army-Navy game over 39 points.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I take that sucker under, but for some reason this year, both teams seem like they can score. Army can throw the ball, run the ball.
Dude, they
We got a little bit,
you got
we're just not
Daly
running.
and Horvath, man. Both those quarterbacks are ballers, but that Daly kid's a little extra special.
Exactly. And I'll tell you, for the nickel play this week, I like South Alabama at Western Michigan tomorrow over 57.5. It's going to be 60-degree weather. There's no weather problem, and they do not like to tackle on either side of those teams. They do not tackle, so they ought to run up and down the field on each other.
And do you have one more play?
I do, and we're going to get all the way to college basketball. The game's in Biloxi. We're taking Ole Miss minus 12 over Southern Miss.
Man, I love it. I love it. Those are the plays for you guys. I got to tell you, thank you so very much. I am so late for a break, but I need everybody out there to listen real quickly. I got a pair of Grizzlies tickets to give away. Text me right now at 901-360-8255, 901-360-8255 at the Sissy's Log Cabin. Text and listen. Right, life's too short for ordinary jewelry. Hit me up on the other side of the break. I'm coming back to tell you who's the winner, but you better hit me quick. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Looking for the best prices on shirts, jeans, boots, and more? Frontier Western Stores got you covered. At Frontier, you'll always find amazing deals on everything in the store. Unlike online and chain stores who run occasional sales, Frontier keeps prices low every single day. So you get the best deal whenever you shop. Be ready for winter with a full line of outerwear by Ariat, Carhartt, Vans, and Coats galore. And there's Frontier's world-famous boot showroom. Come shop new styles by Ariat, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, Frontier is the place. See thousands of
Working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm, so tackle the toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 7. This running side-by-side looks powered in any party with a reliable tool for towing and smooth shifting through trails. And you can choose from 3 trails: Standard, Deluxe, and the True Timber First Edition. Ultimate Hamilton Adventures. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 today at Santa Honda, 56 East Road, You feeling lucky? Win big with Grizzlies Spin to Win ticket deals. To secure your seats when the team takes on the Brooklyn Nets this Friday, December 13th. With one spin, you can unlock 4 seats, free tickets, or an exclusive ticket deal to the game. You heard that right. Your chance to win 4 seats, free tickets, or unlock exclusive ticket savings for this Friday's game versus the Brooklyn Nets. Head over to Grizzlies.com/win to test your luck.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not point the finger saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Friday, everybody. And I'm sorry, Jason. I'm sorry to Phil. I'm sorry, CJ. I'm sorry y'all didn't win because a female texted in. Her name is Carly. Don't know her, but she said it's her birthday and she would like to take her daughter to the Grizzlies game for her birthday. And any woman that's going to listen to my show, man, you're going to come out winning. Congratulations. Happy birthday. We got to get out of here, man. I just wanted to remind you, Christmas is right around the corner. Get on down to Frontier Western Store. You can shop for everybody in one spot. 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. They got a kids department, a ladies boutique, a men's section, and the largest boot showroom in the world. And if you can't get down to Olive Branch, I know you can pull out your phone or your laptop and go to frontierwesternstore.com. It really is that easy. Go get some Tito's. The weekend is here. Please, Tigers, go in there and beat Clemson. Don't forget it's at 10 a.m., so don't stay out too late. Y'all do me a favor. Get out there. Make this world a better place. We're going to see you on the flip side. Peace.
Top Gun is the